Hey, welcome to my channel, and I have a list of films. A list of films which, well, as a child, I'm sure you will remember these films as wonderful, happy, delightful films. But when you watch them as an adult, they are terrifying. They are so scary. And I'm talking about like a Wes Craven box set of Jeffrey Dahmer's dreams here. We're talking pretty terrifying, mixed up craziness. So stay tuned for my list of top 5 kids films that you thought were lovely and are actually terrifying. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that alarm bell which is around there somewhere so you can be kept up to date of all the stuff that's going on, and you can follow my new videos and my things that's going on. I really need to put a better call to action. Anywho, I digress. This is my list of top 5 films which seem to be ever so innocent but are actually darkly terrifying. Coming in at number 5, Watership Down. A lovely film about fluffy, cuddly bunnies, all frolicking around in the field, eating carrots, having a jolly bunny time, and then they all die. Horrible, horrible deaths. Killed by dogs, scenes like this. Then there's the evil, then there's the spooky black rabbit that floats around. Then there's the scene when the rabbit stares at the headlights. Then there's the scene when the dog is in the rabbit. Oh my god, the film is terrifying. Seriously, you go into the film like this. Bunnies! You come out. It changes you forever. You cannot unsee Watership Down. Ever. You watch Watership Down, you're opening a door that can never be closed there. That is a dark, terrifying film. It was made in the 70s when people didn't care, didn't matter. Let's just traumatize the children, it'll be fine. Yeah. Funnily enough, self-harm was invented in the 70s. I wonder why. Number 4 on my terrifying list of children's films. Or is that list of children's films which are terrifying? Whatever. Number 4. Thomas the Tank Engine. Now I know that's a TV show, not a film. And it's a film about lovely, playful Thomas and his friends huffing and chuffing around the place, little steam trains, having a jolly old steam train time. What can possibly go wrong? It's even got Ringo Starr, Peace and Love, voicing it and narrating it. Except, it's horrific. Okay, Henry, gets bricked up alive in his tunnel with just a little gap so he can see the world go by until he rusts away. He's still alive. They brick him up while he's alive. There's a bus which objects to this totalitarian society they live in and says, hey, this isn't cool. Yeah, the next time you see him, he's in a barn and he's been turned into a chicken coop while he's still alive. They even label him the Scarlet Deceiver. What the hell? Who wrote this? Actually, I know who wrote it. And the guy who was an authoritarian, religious, crazy guy. Just saying. Maybe he wasn't crazy, but he was... I wouldn't want to cross him, just saying. There's a character in it called Smudger. He's a little bit naughty. Yeah, they kneecap him. They basically lock him in a barn and turn him into a steam engine. Can't move. Just trapped there forever at the back of the barn so nobody can even see him until eventually a landslide destroys the whole thing and he's buried alive. Yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine. Scary as hell. Number 3, from the carefree minds that brought us Watership Down, Plague Dogs, a lovely charming film about puppy dogs that are in a lab being operated on their brain, and then they escape through the lab full of horrors into the British countryside where they are hunted down and then they die. Seriously, what is it with this guy? He just makes films which terrify and traumatize. There's a scene when there's a guy who's like, oh, look, I'll befriend the dogs. Now, he's got a shotgun, okay, but he doesn't try and kill them. And the dogs are like, hey, let's be friends. He strokes the dog accidentally pulls the trigger on the shotgun, blows the guy's brains out. Yeah, that happens. There's a guy who falls off a cliff until he's rotting. They maul sheep, they rip out their throats. And at the end, spoiler, okay, at the end, they're like, oh, it's okay, we can go, there's there's an island full of for special dogs we can escape. But they've been shot at by the army. So they get to the sea and they head up. They're almost dead. And they're swimming. Oh, one of the dogs goes, "It's okay, I can see the island." And the other one's like, "Oh, but I'm nearly dead. Swim." And then the other one goes, "Oh yeah, I can see it too." But then the other one's starting to drown. And then it fades out, and through the fog, you can kind of see this like dream hallucination island. Yeah, the dogs die. So why do they do this to children? Do they hate children? Okay, we're 3 down, 2 to go. But a little bonus feature, which I couldn't quite decide on which. These are kind of all grouped together. Disney films. Seriously, what the hell is up with Disney films? Bambi. If you've seen Bambi, you know what I'm talking about here. Pinocchio. What? The kid, they go to a fun fair, okay? They go to a fun fair, and they play some pool, and the kids, they smoke some cigarettes. They shouldn't. Yeah, for their worries, they get turned for daring to have fun. They get turned into donkeys and forced to work the rest of their lives in the salt mines. Harsh. Just saying. Now, when I was little, when I was in school, I had a cheeky cigarette behind the bike sheds in school. Nothing came of it. I didn't like smoking. It turns out that was enough for me. But I, certainly didn't expect to get turned into a donkey and spend the rest of my life working in the salt mines. Wow. Little Mermaid. I don't even know where to start with The Little Mermaid. Even the basic premise is it's okay to make a deal and then kill the person you made a deal with. Ariel, not the nice princess you think she is. She has a deal with Ursula. It's all going to be fine. Changes her mind, kills her. There we go. Everyone's parents died. Look at Frozen. Parents go off on a cruise, dead. Seriously, then her sister nearly kills her other sister. Oh. Elsa and Anna, I mean, what a troubled relationship they have. So yeah, every Disney film ever, I think, probably, is terrifying. Number 2 in the list of terrifying children's films. Never-ending Story. Oh, what a delightful fairy tale of a film that is. Going on adventures and flying dragons and everything is great. And you think, oh, this is a great film. Lovely fantasy film for all the family. Then the horse dies. That horse isn't acting. That horse thinks it's about to die. That is one of the most traumatic things I've ever seen. Then you've got like Rockbiter, and he's all about his hands, my big strong hands, and his friends slipped away, he wasn't strong enough, and his friends died because he wasn't. Seriously, that's a self-harm episode all on its own, right there. Then you're dealing with the nothing. An existential crisis that after you live, there is nothing, there is oblivion. Now look, I'm an atheist, I know that's what happens, but coming to terms with that as a child? This is why we have Santa Claus. This is why we have religion, to tell children that, oh, it'll be okay until you're old enough to deal with the fact that there's only oblivion. But when you're young, too much, just saying. And then there's the bullies. These aren't normal bullies. The bullies are like, other nerdy kids go past, but not our hero. The bullies are really committed to seeing our hero suffer. What sort of message is that? See, our never-ending story. Great song. The Mall, although you could argue his mullet is pretty horrifying. Number one in my list of children's films which are actually truly terrifying. Labyrinth. It's basically a film about a paedophile. A magic paedophile with a gigantic cucumber willy in hot pants trying to get off with a 14-year-old girl and kidnap her little baby. Whoa. And you don't, as a child, you don't see that. It's an adventure. It's great. And then you realise what it's really about: date rape from paedophiles. My childhood is ruined. You throw into the mix everything that's happened with like all the heroes, Jimmy Savile and all these people who now turns out mucky paedophiles. Nothing is sacred anymore. Labyrinth and those hot pants. Okay, well, that is my top 5 list of children's films which are truly terrifying. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you know of any others? I know my friends mentioned Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because I think he's got an aversion to orange people because he doesn't like Trump either, so he got Oompa Loompas, Trump. Yeah, I can see that. And then another honourable mention has to go to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. because the child capturer, that's a pretty scary. Yeah, so you know, there's quite a few of these things. But there you go. Add your comments, suggestions, likes, dislikes below. Please share, please subscribe and hit that alarm bell to be kept up to date. And I hope you found it interesting and entertaining. I will see you guys in the very next video. I love you very much. Bye. Mwah.